This is KGW News at Sunrise.
It was only going to be a matter of time before somebody pushed him too far.
We have more information on the man accused of shooting protesters near Normandale Park this weekend, killing one. You're going to hear from that woman who says she wasn't surprised when she heard he was involved. Plus, after 40 years of helping kids and families in Portland, Self-Enhancement Incorporated is planning something new for the community, a cultural center.
It will be designed around African American culture, but everybody would be welcome.
The founder of SEI hopes the space can be a point of connection in a deeply divided society. Our conversation coming up at 5:15 in our Sunrise Spotlight.
Also, for the first time in months, this morning's official sunrise time in Portland will hit before 7 a.m. A sign that spring is near. But as soon as you're going to step outside this morning, you'll know winter is still very much here. Freezing temps all around the region. And yesterday, up on Mount Hood, the wind chill made it feel like 15 degrees.
Brr. I believe it. Yeah, let's take a live look outside on a very cold Wednesday morning. My car this morning said about 28 degrees coming in on the east side. I know there's spots much colder than that.
Your car
Good
talks?
Morning to you. Let's check in with Rod. What are we sitting at right now?
It's fun to get a new car. If my car told me it was that cold, I'd trade that baby in. Here we are right now, all right? 26 downtown, 23 Forest Grove, Scappoose the same, Westland, Oregon City the same. There's Happy Valley at 1,000 feet out in Clackamas at 20 degrees. Everybody's clear. The east wind's not as strong, so there won't be as much of an added chill today. So that's good news. There's our capital at 24 degrees. The bus stop weather. Clearly, it's big coat weather once again for the kiddos. Stepping outside about 24 on average. And the reality is anywhere from about 20 to 26 is going to be where we're going to end up. 34 at lunchtime and then 39 later today. That's pretty close to what the high was 24 hours ago. Back to you.
Rod, thank you.
He was very antisocial. It was one of those things that when it came out that it was him, it's like, yep, it was only going to be a matter of time before somebody pushed him too far.
Neighbors are grappling with the latest headlines tied to Saturday's deadly mass shooting. Charges have been filed against the man accused in the shooting, 43-year-old Benjamin Smith. He faces 9 charges, including murder and attempted murder. Police say Smith started shooting into a crowd at a racial justice rally in Northeast Portland. Maggie Vespa has the latest.
Benjamin Smith faces 9 counts total, including several for assault. His bail is set at $2 million. And keep in mind, Benjamin Smith is, authorities said on Tuesday, in the hospital, still in serious condition. This after police said someone in the crowd of demonstrators fired back at Smith Saturday to try and stop the shooting, hitting Smith in the hip. Court documents show he lives in an apartment complex near Northeast Portland's Normandale Park, where this rally and shooting happened on Saturday. Witnesses said he confronted people blocking traffic for the demonstration, calling them violent terrorists and ordering them to leave. They said Smith then got angry and started shooting. 6 people total were shot. One woman, ID'd as 60-year-old June Knightley, died. Neighbors say they're not surprised. They said Smith was often angry. They said he blamed homeless people for the city's housing crisis, and he was increasingly fixated on the racial justice protests of 2020. His next-door neighbor added this.
He was always a little bit aggressive and kind of protective of his property. There were multiple times over the years that he's brandished guns out at people going through our trash in the courtyard. That was one thing. If you ever got him talking, he would end up talking about whatever gun he's got, new one coming or whatever. It was just, he always had them out.
Again, the latest update, 43-year-old Benjamin Smith has now been charged with murder and multiple counts of attempted murder in Saturday's deadly mass shooting at a racial justice protest. Court documents also giving new details about the 4 people who were wounded but survived. One of them was shot in the neck and paralyzed from the neck down. The second person was shot multiple times, including in the abdomen, and according to those documents, is still in the hospital. I'm Maggie Vespa, KGW News.
Well, yesterday, city leaders spoke publicly for the first time since the 3 deadly shootings over the weekend.
And one thing they asked for is patience as the investigations into those 3 shootings continue. Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler held a virtual news conference. He was joined by both local and federal law enforcement officials. Now, They didn't share very much about what happened at Normandale Park there in Northeast Portland on Saturday. Maggie just talked all about that. But officials did say that some evidence was taken from the scene of the shooting, and they're asking for whoever took it to bring it back. Multnomah County District Attorney Mike Schmidt also spoke at that news conference yesterday.
Our biggest responsibility is to build a case and make sure that those who cause harm are held accountable. That's what our focus is.
Right now, the DA's office, along with local and federal investigators, are still looking into the motive for Saturday's mass shooting.
Let's get to some more of your morning headlines. And a massive fire in eastern Oregon is now out following an explosion at a potato chip plant in Hermiston. Check out this video. It is massive. This was yesterday afternoon at Shearer's Foods off of Highway 207. A boiler exploded there, injuring 6 people who were taken to the hospital. The Umatilla County Fire District saying this is the largest fire they have seen in the last decade. And along Vancouver's waterfront yesterday, a fire burned through the roof of the former Red Lion Hotel, burning the sign you see there. The empty hotel sits just west of the Interstate Bridge. It was already slated to be torn down soon as part of a project to redevelop the pier underneath it. Firefighters say a shed caught fire that held the hotel's water treatment system. No injuries were reported. Local leaders have declared an official state of emergency for our freezing temperatures. That means Multnomah County has 5 warming shelters open with 360 beds available. In Multnomah County, you can call 211 to find one of those shelters. They can also arrange transportation. People can also use TriMet for free rides to the shelters. And those are a few of your Wednesday headlines.
All right, let's take a live look right now. Timberline Sky Cam. If you think it's cold outside your house, if you live in the valley, try going up to the mountains right now. Yesterday, during the middle of the day, the temperatures felt like negative 15 degrees with the wind chill. KGW meteorologist Joe Ranieri went up to government camp yesterday, where some brave souls didn't seem to mind those bone-chilling temperatures.
Just how cold is cold up at government camp? It's so cold these icicles aren't even melting under the bright sun.
Oh, we'll take fresh snow and clear skies in February.
Up at Timberline Lodge, temperatures were still in the single digits by the time people started to fill the parking lot on Tuesday morning.
We put on double layers today. Last night we were skiing down below and it was snowing. It was beautiful, but today up higher, the wind's blowing harder, but it's a nice day.
Factor in the wind chill and it felt more like negative 15 degrees. Take a look at this chart from the National Weather Service. It shows just how quickly frostbite can set in with these cold temperatures. Once the wind chill starts dropping down to about negative 20, it only takes minutes before frostbite can set in.
It's cold out there on the lifts. It's cold while you're standing around, but when you keep your body moving and you're actually skiing, it's not bad at all.
But those bone-chilling temperatures didn't keep people like Adrian Noller away.
Personally, I like the cold. I think it keeps some more people off the mountain, some of the more casual skiers. Keeps the locals like myself happy.
In fact, he knew exactly where to go in order to be better protected from the cold air.
If you go towards the lifts over on the west, they're more exposed, comes out over the tree line, and there's nothing to break the wind. But down here on the east side, you can stay in among the trees, and that's where the good snow is anyway.
Have a good one, buddy. All right.
While more near record-breaking temperatures are in place the next couple of days,
but you get some hand warmers and toe warmers and good gear, you should be fine.
Don't expect to see that stopping anyone from coming up here, especially when the conditions look like this.
Joe Ranieri, KGW News.
So, Rod, March is less than a week away now, but I believe that this morning's temperatures around the metro area, they're some of the coldest we've seen all winter.
Yeah, I think if you look at the map overall, if you will, collectively, it is the coldest start that we've had so far. By the way, Timberline hit 10 degrees Fahrenheit above zero. That was at noon yesterday. That was the high for the day, and then quickly went back down into single digits. Here's our live camera right now. This says 4, but I just checked the actual weather site, the avalanche, what they call the avalanche telemetry sites up there, and that weather station at Timberline right now shows 1 degree. Not that windy, but if you go down to Ski Bowl, it's still gusting east winds to 30 miles per hour with a tip of 7. And that is a wind chill factor currently of 15 below. So again, the point of Joe's story was if you're going to go up to the mountain, it's dangerously cold in terms of frostbite potential. You need to take the cold very seriously. Have some blankets or extra clothing in your car should something unexpected happen to you. Here are the numbers right now to start the day. 27 in Portland. The coldest we've been so far, we hit 26 twice in January, but we could still get colder between now and 7 a.m. 24 in Salem, 16 out in the Dalles, 3 degrees in Bend. Everybody gets sun. Yesterday we had some cloudiness here and there across eastern Oregon, but today everybody gets sun. So these are all forecast lows. Yesterday the forecast, these are the records. Yesterday the record of 27 was not broken. The actual low was 29. This morning's record's 24. We'll be close. Tomorrow 25 is the record low. We could be close again. And we're still going to be down to the 20s Friday morning. So it's going to be a while before your overnight lows start to warm up. Now, with that said, in the afternoon, Salem hit 42 yesterday. You folks will be right about 40 again today. And I am very happy to tell you the east winds have been almost cut in half from 24 hours ago. So East County today blowing to about 20 miles per hour. Most of us more just 5 to 15 during the day. This shows Battleground, Longview, and even Vancouver trying to get up to about 40 degrees for a high temperature. 7-day numbers, here we go. Tomorrow 44 as we start to warm the overall batch of air up. By Friday, despite the cold start, we're up to 50. We cloud up Saturday. We have rain coming in Saturday evening. And then it's rain at times into Monday and Tuesday, and that's back to normal. And so the weather story goes on.
Yeah, it's a busy weather story. Thank you, Rod. Stay with us. Still ahead this morning in our Sunrise Spotlight, a Portland nonprofit is branching out. Self-Enhancement Incorporated is planning an African-American cultural center on campus. SEI's founder talks about his hopes for the space and its role in bringing the entire community together. I'll have more of our conversation coming up at 5:15. Plus, Americans have received 3 stimulus checks during the pandemic, and some are wondering if a 4th is on the way. Our Verify team looks into the latest claims right after the break.